Hi y'all, I hope y'all are having an amazing day, and I thank you so much for joining me today. Supper at the family table. I'm always here every Tuesday at 5 o'clock, around 5 o'clock, to make a really easy, yummy, home-cooked meal. So I hope that you will join me and learn how to make all the yummy recipes that I'm sharing. So today, we've been out and about, we've been doing things, getting some things done, and we just need a quick and easy meal. So I'm going to show you a 5-ingredient skillet meal. So it's really easy, really fast, only 5 ingredients, so you'll probably have a lot of these on hand. And if you don't, they're really easy and quick. You can just grab them from the store while you're out like I did today, and you'll be ready to go. So, hi Lisa, thanks for watching. And so we almost always, here's a quick tip, even if you don't like necessarily meal plan, we don't meal plan out our meals for every day, but we always have the same things on hand, and we have meals in our rotation. But we almost always have some sort of meat thawing in the freezer, or thawing in the fridge that we've thawed from the freezer. And so we can just make whatever we can make with that particular meat that we have thawing for that day. So today we have some ground beef thawing, and so that's what we're going to make, is a skillet meal. Skillet meals are one of our go-tos because we always have a lot of ground meat in our freezer. So we have a deer in our freezer that we're working through, and we have ground turkey, and sometimes we'll have, if we have ground beef stocked up from the butcher shop or whatever, we'll have that as well. So a ground meat is something we always have on hand, and a skillet meal is really easy, and you can throw whatever vegetables you have in with it. You can kind of mix it up and change it to what you have, and it's going to be really yummy, really fast, and really easy. So hi Sue, hi Wilma, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all would please share this video if you would. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It really helps me. I have been getting more views lately, and that is all thanks to y'all for watching and sharing. So thank you so much for that. So let's go ahead and get started with frying the meat in our skillet. You're only going to need 1 skillet. Well, okay, technically you're going to need 2 because you're going to add in some cooked pasta if you want to. And so that's another skillet, but most of it's going to be done in 1 skillet. So, I have some ground beef here. I'm going to add that and turn on my skillet. And we're going to get that going. Thanks so much for sharing, Wilma. Okay. So we're going to get this cooking here. And this is ground beef. You can do this with any kind of ground meat, like I said. We just do it with whatever we have thawing. So today it happened to be, turn that down a bit. Today it happened to be ground beef, but a lot of days I have ground deer or I have ground turkey thawing, and so use whatever you want. Turkey's lean, deer is lean, and I think it tastes really good. And then if you're getting beef, I always recommend getting grass-fed ground beef. So not only is it better for you, but it tastes a lot better in my opinion. So, we're going to start this and get this cooking, and then we'll add in the rest of the ingredients. This is really, really easy, 5 ingredients. Don't y'all love quick meals where you only need a few ingredients? So, this is going to be done with only 5 ingredients, and it's going to be so great, so easy, yummy. And even if you didn't have these things already and you were out and about and you needed a quick meal when you got home, you could just easily pick up these 5 ingredients and have a delicious supper thrown together in no time. So, your other ingredients that you're going to need, are a bag of stir-fry veggies. And you can kind of use whatever stir-fry veggies you want because there are lots of different kinds out there. This is one that has mushrooms, it has corn, it has carrots, sweet peas, broccoli, cauliflower, water chestnuts. It has a lot. And so that looked like the best one at my store. The only other option was like just one with peppers and onions. So I went with this one, but you can use whatever one you like. If you don't have that and you don't want to run to the store and you have some fresh veggies, then you can totally just cut up, kind of the same fresh veggies, whatever kind of fresh veggies you have, and throw that in there as well. Obviously, that'll just be technically more ingredients because you're using individual vegetables, and 1 bag just makes it easy, convenient, and only 5 ingredients. So we're going to get this cooking, and then we'll add in the vegetables towards the end. And our other, I never finished with the ingredients for y'all. The other ingredient is homemade, this is steak seasoning. Of course, you can just use store-bought steak seasoning if you want, but we like to have this on hand. This is our homemade steak seasoning recipe, and so this is what I'm going to use. So that's another ingredient. You're also going to need garlic. So we've got our ground beef, we've got our garlic, we've got our vegetables, our steak seasoning, and we're going to have pasta. So our egg noodles will be our 5th ingredient. Let's see. Hi, Murray. We are making a easy skillet meal, so it's a 5-ingredient skillet meal with only 5 ingredients. It's so fast and easy to throw together. Perfect for a busy day like today when you've been out, like we've been out running about and getting some things done. So this is really easy. Really easy if you need to pick something up, if you don't have anything and you need to pick something up at the store really fast, you can do that. Hi, Millie. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Okay, so when this gets closer to done, we're going to add in our veggies, we're going to add in our seasonings, and we'll get going. We're also going to make brownie trifles, so little individual brownie trifles, and they're going to be so good. And if you have leftover brownies in your house, this is a great way to use them up. So we have some brownies that we made a few days back, but we weren't eating very fast, so we're going to use the leftovers to make this delicious trifle, and nothing goes to waste. You don't have to heat up the oven if it's a hot day, warm day like today where it's very warm in here, and you know you don't want to bother with heating up the oven. You can just use your leftovers to repurpose into a new dessert. So this is almost done here. Do y'all like skillet meals? Do you ever make them? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing from y'all, and if you, what you guys like to make. So, if you don't like to make skillet meals, what is your favorite go-to? What's your absolute go-to quick meal when you've been gone all day or you've been busy all day and you just need a meal that you can throw together really, really quickly? What's your go-to? This is almost done, so I'm going to go ahead and add in the seasoning. Okay, so salt and pepper. I'm not counting salt and pepper as an ingredient because I think everybody already has that in their pantry anyway. And since there is salt and pepper in the seasoning, you're probably not going to need a lot anyway. I'm just going to hit it with just a little bit. You don't want to overdo it, so you could probably leave it out altogether. Hi, Jeanette. Thanks for watching. Bologna is your favorite, Lisa. Of course, I should have guessed that. Okay. Now for our seasoning here. And this is our homemade, like I said, this is our homemade steak seasoning recipe, and it's really easy to make. And if you keep a lot of the basic, like standard spices in your pantry, then you probably already have them anyway. But if not, you can use a store-bought version. We like to make everything here if we can, and it has, doesn't have the additives, but you can find one at the store. And if you're looking for one at the store, if you do want one that has clean ingredients but you don't want to make one yourself, you can find clean versions in your stores. You just have to look and read your labels. Hi, Lynn. Thanks for watching. Hi, Carla. Thanks so much for watching today. Alright, so there's our seasonings. And we're going to add in some garlic here. So I'm going to do a few cloves of garlic. You all know I always do fresh if I have it, but you can also do the pre-minced stuff and make it even quicker and easier, or you could just throw in some garlic powder. Let me grab my knife here. Okay. There we go. So we're just going to mince that up. I'm going to turn this down just a bit. Hi, Wilk. Thanks for watching. Okay. Peel the skin off my garlic here. If I can get it. It actually, no. I will share the steak seasoning recipe if y'all would like it. I already have some made up, or I would have made it for y'all on Facebook Live, but I am going to get it up on the blog very soon. And so I'll post the link in the comments whenever that is up. But I will real quickly after I get this in here, I will read you the recipe. Oh yes, hi Helen, hi Nana, thank you all so much for watching. Okay, mince up my garlic real fast here. Well, I could stop hitting things. Okay. I'm being noisy today, y'all. I am sorry. Okay. So we're going to throw that in there. Perfect. Okay, stir that up and we'll let that get sauteing. This is looking so good already. And we're going to add our veggies. So I let these thaw and I drained them. You could probably do it from frozen as well, but I had the time to let those thaw, so that's what I did. If you do it from frozen, it's going to take a little longer, of course. Okay. So we're going to stir that up. You might need to add just a touch of water if your pan's dry, and that'll help your vegetables cook a little bit. So I'm going to grab a little bit of water and pour that in here real fast. You don't want to do too much because you don't want this to be watery, but it might help from sticking. Thanks. You like my apron? Thank you so much. Mom and Dad got this one for me. Hi David, thanks for watching. We are making an easy 5-ingredient skillet meal. It is going to be so yummy and so easy. I'm using such few ingredients, and we're going to make easy brownie trifle bites. Okay, now for the recipe for the, we are cooking a skillet meal, easy 5-ingredient skillet meal, and brownie trifles. Okay, now I'm going to read the recipe for the steak seasoning, okay? So it's 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of minced onion, a tablespoon of dried dill, a tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of crushed red pepper flakes, 1 tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of 2 teaspoons of pepper, black pepper, and 2 teaspoons of mustard seed. So, really easy. Again, if you didn't get that or you didn't write it down, don't worry. I will be doing a post on the blog, and it'll be in the comment section as soon as it's available. Alright, so this is looking good, and we're just gonna kind of let this simmer until the vegetables are cooked, and you are pretty much done. Right at the end, we're gonna throw in our egg noodles, which I already cooked for the sake of time here. There we go. And we'll throw those in, okay? So, there's that. That's looking good. And we're just going to let that simmer and cook. And now, let's work on the yummy brownie trifles that are made with leftover brownies. Alright, get all that taco-y, or that, tacos. We're not making tacos. Steak seasoning off my hands so I don't have steak-flavored brownie trifles. I don't think that would be good, y'all. Okay. So, move everything out of the way, and we're going to work on our trifles. So, let me see if I can move y'all a little more that way, and you can see what I'm doing here. I've got some strawberries here. Here we go. So, we're just going to chop some of those up. These are just fresh strawberries. Oh, you had tacos from a taco truck? Oh, you have a taco truck. How cool. I love food trucks. We don't have very many around here. We're starting to get a little more. But, well, not here, but in, like, Huntington or somewhere. But, yeah, so we're starting to get a little more, and I love food trucks, so I think that's fun. Now, let me wash these. Okay. Oh, yes, it smells so good. I wish y'all could smell this. Okay, here's, after I knock everything over. Here's my strawberries, so I'm going to slice some of those up. So I'm just going to slice them. These are just, you know, fresh strawberries. You could probably do this with frozen fruit if you wanted to, but I'm just using fresh. And you don't have to do it with these exact fruits. You don't have to do it with strawberries and bananas like I'm going to do. You can use it with any kind of berries, any kind of, you know, fruit that you think goes well with chocolate that you maybe need to use up in your fridge would be perfect here. Let me see if I'm missing any comments. Okay. So we're just slice these up. I'm going to make about 5 or 6 of these, so I'm going to slice up a good amount of strawberries, but it's not an exact recipe and you're using leftovers, so you know, you can make as many or as few as you need or want. So there'll be about 5 or so of us eating this today, so I'm going to make about 6. Okay, so we're just going to slice those up. I cannot wait. These look like they're going to be good. Let's try one too. They're pretty good. But I cannot wait till it's strawberry season. And the strawberries will be really good. So good. Okay. Those are pretty good for it to not quite be strawberry season yet. So I love strawberries when they're in season. Alright. It's looking like it's probably going to be about enough, or at least enough to start with. So there we go. Put these in my scrap bowl. The chickens will be happy with that. Penny loves strawberries. They all love strawberries, but they're definitely their favorite. Okay, scoot those to the side, and we're going to chop up some bananas. Okay, so just keep stirring this and kind of keeping an eye on it, and it's done when the veggies are cooked. So just kind of keep an eye on it here. If you have a lid for your pan, I'm using a skillet that doesn't have a lid, but if you have a lid for your pan, you could cover it, and that would help speed the process up even more. Alright, so now we're going to cut up a banana. We happen to have bananas today because we went to the store and bought some more, but I said you could do this with leftover fruit, but we have bananas because we just bought fresh ones. I don't know about y'all, but we go through so many bananas. Like, we have a really hard time keeping bananas in this house. We are always buying bananas. Oh, I know. Strawberries are so good. I know he loves those, Marie. Okay. A really good snack. Alright, so here's my chopped veggies. Okay. Let's stir this again. Oh yeah, I know. We love bananas too. It's so hard. I think I eat most of them, but it's so hard to keep them. It's like every time we go out, we're getting bananas because I just love them. They're such a good snack. Breakfast, if I want a snack, I grab a banana. Half the time I have a banana in some form with breakfast, so it's really good. And hard to keep on hand. And I don't like them too ripe. I like them to be, yellow, not brown. So that's even harder. Oh, thank you. Okay. So that's looking good. I think that's almost ready. But let's go ahead and assemble our trifles, okay? So I'm going to put it through this and put you all down here so we can see the assembling of the trifles. So I'm going to use little mason jars. These are half-pint mason jars. You can use whatever you want. We have a lot of these because we love mason jars. We use them for canning and for drinking. So we have a lot of mason jars, but you can use any kind of glass jar you have, or a little glass dish, or it doesn't even have to be glass, but whatever kind of dish you want to use. Yeah, you could totally use red raspberries. You can use kind of pretty much any berry, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, kind of anything you want and have on hand. But this is what I have and was able to find at the store today that looked good and was, you know, a good price. When it's not berry season, berries tend to be very expensive. So I went with strawberries today. Now, let me grab my brownies. So, here's my brownies. These are just leftovers. Like I said, we cooked these a few days ago. And I'm going to stir this. Don't let this pan dry up on me. I'm going to turn that down just a bit. I'm going to put just a touch more water in there. So that doesn't burn up on us while it's finishing cooking. There we go. So, here's our brownies. Like I said, I made those back. You can use a box brownie that you make. You could go buy brownies from the store if you want to. You can keep this as simple as you want. Or like I said, an ideal time to make this is after you made brownies and you have leftovers. So, I have two brownie recipes already on my blog, so I'll link both of those below. I highly recommend my family favorite brownies. As it's in the title of the blog post, they are our favorite brownies. And they happen to be refined sugar, gluten, and dairy-free. So if you need that, that's great. But use any of your favorite brownie recipes or your favorite box mix or store-bought brownie. And both of my recipes that are on the blog are gluten-free, sugar-free, gluten-free, refined sugar-free, and dairy-free, but one of them is really fudgy, and if you like a really fudgy chocolatey brownie, and the other one's a little bit lighter and chewier. So, let me grab my brownies here. Let's crumble them up. So, you're just going to take some brownie. There would never be that many brownies left at your house. Well, honestly, there would never be that many brownies left here. Like, we usually pretty much eat the brownies up because everybody loves them. If I make my family favorite brownie recipe. But this was a new brownie testing, a new recipe I was testing. And so, it didn't turn out quite right. They weren't quite our favorite. They were a little crumbly. And so, they didn't get eaten very much. We also had a lot of other desserts because it was birthdays around here. It was Mom and Papa's birthday, and we already had, we had cupcakes in the house that we had when we were celebrating their birthday, and we had a s'mores bar one night. So we had lots of sweets going on, and the brownies just didn't get eat. So, I'm just crumbling that up into your jar, into your, little container, however you're going to do it. Handy with the jars is if you want to make these up and take them somewhere. So if you want to make this up and take it on a picnic, you can do that. Or, make it up and easily put it in the fridge for like a few hours or something until you're ready to serve it. Like if you're having people over and you want to make it ahead of time, that works too. So just crumble those up. Let me stir this. Alright, I think this is done. I'm going to turn that off, and we'll add our egg noodles in a minute. So, just continue crumbling until they're almost filled. Alright, so there's one layer. So we're going to do this in 2 layers. So there's our layer of brownie. That's about half of the jar here. And then we're going to add in some fruit. Well, after I drop a banana in the skillet meal, I don't know. I don't think that would be too yummy, but you could try it if you want. Probably wouldn't hurt it. Alright, so we're going to put those between all the jars here, and I might need another banana, and that's okay, I'll grab one. So, we're going to do a layer of bananas. Hang on, I'm going to need another one. Let me cut that out. I misjudged how many bananas I was going to need. So, there we go. I think that's good. Alright, let me push that off the burner here. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to add in whipped cream. You can use whatever kind of whipped cream you want. I don't, the one in the, like in your can is probably going to taste better if you're going to do store-bought. This is homemade because I don't really care for the ingredients that are in the store-bought ones. Though they do have some good ones out there, just not at the store that I was at today. But you can do whatever you want to. Really versatile. Use whatever. You probably have whipped cream in a can in your fridge. You can use that. If you have heavy whipping cream, you can whip that up. So this is just heavy whipping cream whipped up with a little bit of raw powdered sugar. So I'm going to add that in there. There's my layer of cream. And this is just kind of lightly sweetened. It doesn't need to be overly sweet, but I don't like cream that doesn't have any kind of sweetness in there. So. There's our layer of whipped cream. I think I need a smaller spoon, and I'm going to rub that around a bit. That's not quite the right word. Smear that around. Spread it around. I'll get my words right in a minute. Kind of spread that around. There we go. And now we're going to add another layer of brownie. If I deliver, yeah, I mean, I could if he wasn't too far. Now you can come and eat some if you want after work. Okay. There we go. There's our layer of brownie. Well, I was going to do bananas and strawberries on both layers, but I forgot. So we'll just do strawberries on this top layer, but that was my intentions. But you could also alternate your fruit layers like I did accidentally. Yeah, it would have been prettier, but y'all, sometimes when I get on here on Facebook Live in front of the camera, my intentions go out the window and my brain just blanks and I just start doing stuff and it's not exactly what I intended to do. But it usually all works out. But it would definitely be prettier if you do both fruits in both layers, so do that if you're making this at home. So press those down a little. And I'm going to add a couple bananas to the top of each one too. And then we'll top it with a little bit of dollop, one more dollop of cream. Alright, so there's that. Let me wash my hands real quick. Now, I'm going to try one for y'all, and on that one, I'm going to top it with a spoonful more of cream. Just a nice little dollop on the top. And you could do like just a touch more if you want to make it pretty, just a touch sprinkle of brownie on there. And look at that. Isn't that so cute? It looks delicious. It looks beautiful, and it's going to be so, so yummy. So that's the one I'm going to try. And for the rest of them, I'm going to leave the dollop of cream off, and I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to put these in the fridge until we're all ready to eat them. So if you're going to store them in the fridge for a little while until you're ready to eat them, don't put your last dollop on there. Do that right when you get them out of the fridge. So there we go. Easy, already done, individual servings, ready to go in the fridge and pull out when it's supper time. You could probably, I wouldn't leave these in the fridge for too long, but if you wanted to make them like the night before and kind of have them in the fridge for everybody to grab their dessert when they want it, you could do that. Alright, so I'm going to put those in the fridge. Okay, now we're going to finish up. Let me put you all up here. Now we're going to finish up my skillet meal. I'm going to turn my burner back on for just a second. We're going to throw in our egg noodles. These are just whole wheat egg noodles, and it's about half a bag that I cooked. You can use whatever kind. You don't have to use whole wheat. You can use white. You can use gluten-free. Whatever you prefer, or whatever your needs are. And so I'm going to throw that in there and stir this in. And then we'll be ready to eat. Look at that skillet. So full. All the yummy goodness in there. Veggies. You've got everything in here. You've got your protein, you've got your carbs, you've got your veggies, you've got everything all in one meal. Super easy, super fast, and only 5 ingredients. So we're just going to stir that. Until everything's incorporated. If your egg noodles are hot, then you're not going to need to do this very long at all. Mine had cooled off a bit because I cooked them ahead of time for you all, so it might take just a minute. You see. Yeah, I mean it's warm, but we kind of like hot food around here, so I'm going to let it cook around for just a minute or two longer. And we'll be ready to serve this really easy, delicious skillet meal. Let me know, does this look like a skillet meal that y'all would like? If you would like to try it. If you do try it, please don't forget, tag me in your pictures, message them to the page, whatever you want to do. But I love hearing from y'all and seeing your pictures when you recreate my recipes. So be sure and share. Okay. So I think this is about done, and I'm going to give it a try. Alright, so it's really easy. Just serve it up. Everybody can get their own. You can take it to the table, which is what we often do, where everybody can just build their own at the stove and go sit down. So this is what's for supper at the family table tonight. Look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? You could also, this is optional. Now this will make it 6 ingredients, so you don't really have to do it. But if you have some hanging out in your fridge and you want to use it, you can top it with a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. Also, y'all know I usually like to shred my own Parmesan cheese, but I did not know that at Walmart they actually have this brand of Parmesan cheese that doesn't have any caking agents or anything in it. So if you're in a hurry and you want a shredded cheese, look for this one. It's called Bella Rosa Parmesan shredded cheese. So there you go. It is so easy, Jeanette. Oh, thanks, Wilk. Okay, I enjoy it when you'll send me all your recipes that you're making. Okay, let me grab a fork here, and let's try it because it looks so good. But that 6th ingredient is optional. If you don't have it in your fridge or you don't want to throw it in there, you don't have to. It was so good. Oh yeah, cheese makes everything better, so that's why I threw it on there. But if you are in a pinch and you're truly sticking to your 5 ingredients, you don't have to. This is so good. Really yummy. You got your flavorful meat. You've got the flavor from the steak seasoning in there, which is super good. You got your, nice bite from the cheese. You got your freshness and your nice veggies in there. And your noodles. So good. So yummy. Definitely worth it trying. You should definitely try it out. Now for the dessert. Oh, an ant. It's getting that time of year. Okay. Wait, I need a spoon. Look at this. Y'all, that looks so pretty. It's going to be so yummy and made with all leftovers, super easy. That was so good. The cream is a really nice richness, creaminess to it without being too sweet. And of course the fruit, delicious, and the brownies, so yummy. So, I thank y'all so much for watching today's video. If you would, please share it. Don't forget to come back next week, Tuesday at 5 o'clock. Be sure and check out the blog and the YouTube channel. And be sure and stay tuned. The blog post for the seasoning will be up very soon. So don't forget to come back for that. So thank you all so much for watching and have a blessed day.